Hello, thank you so much for this amazing course. I've read and follow you so much, as much as I could, because and yeah, go ahead and give your introduction, because I know that your time is limited. So
no, not at all. Go right ahead.
Yes. So this recording goes to YouTube. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I don't mind. So today I contacted you because I wanted to first of all know if I'm on the right path, and knowing that you have so much experience on this, so you can guide me through this, because it could be a very stressful, if anything. So I've actually applied to law school last year, and I got rejected because I didn't use LSAT score. I used GRE score. And one of the things they told me is like, well, most of our applicants are LSAT applicants, and you are competing with LSAT people. So they recommended me to take this exam. So that's why I'm here to take your course and do everything I could to get a good score. And also, I actually have a school in mind that I wanted to apply. I will let you know, because that way you can help me achieve the goal more realistically and in such a time that I have. Because apparently so I've initially signed up to take the exam on November 14th, but I have no experience with LSAT whatsoever, nothing, zero. So realistically, I guess I need to move it to January. And yes, it's not a good thing, but I guess it would be helpful, because in my situation, you know, the score is important. So initially I received your 2 months plan, but I think I need to take the 3 months plan, I guess, from what I understand from your videos and everything. I just want to make sure that it's right. And then also have your I don't know how the January exam would be, so I'm not sure how to prepare for that in particular. Should I do the tablet format, or should I do the online version? So yes, so far, oh, okay. So when I signed up for your course, I was not fully dedicated to start, because I work full time, and I actually work in science, and I work with actually COVID research, interestingly enough. So our time is very, like, I have a very limited time, but I was able to talk to my boss and ask for 3 months of, you know, looser schedules, like part-time. So still will be full-time, but not as much. So I haven't been able to fully dedicate, but I was planning to start from October and use that 3 months that I'm asking for my work to work on it. But looking at I've tried to do 1 day, and so for me, I take so much time to read and understand everything, because also from my scientist background, I like to analyze things so much and so in depth so many times. So it's a struggle. So yes, I would like to know what advice you have for me, knowing that I come from different background and I have nothing whatsoever experience in this, and I'm trying to reach a goal in January. Is this realistic? Is this what will be your opinion and idea in terms of planning for me? I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. Of course. I'm glad to help. And so first off, I think it's fantastic that you've recognized that you need to allow more time given how busy you are. And so of course, I'm happy to send you whichever study plan best fits your timeline. If it's the 3 month, I can send you the 3 month. If you want to, let's say, give yourself some time to catch up on work things and then start really hard in October, to go from October all the way to January. And maybe even the 4 month plan if you were starting now, because we're speaking now towards the end of September, and then that 4 months would put you right around the time of the January LSAT. I do suspect the January LSAT will probably be a flex on the computer online rather than on the digital tablet. Of course, LSAT will announce sooner as it gets closer, but I think probably majority likelihood it will in fact be a flex. So I would prep accordingly. And at this point anyway, if you're still just building the foundation, even the details of simulating test day conditions aren't as important yet. That's something that you'll already know about the test format that you'll be doing once it comes time to simulate the test day itself. And then for reading comp, of course, in particular, you do want to avoid getting bogged down, focusing on reading for structure rather than reading for details. I have plenty of resources in the course about how to best prep for reading comp, minimal note taking, zero note taking, what to focus on, how best to prep for reading the LSAT reading comp on a screen. I've taught a few master classes on this. I've recently been doing some LSAT reading comp deep dives where we spend a really long time going over one passage in depth, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, really breaking it down and making sure you understand it.
That's very nice. Thank you so much. So I signed up, but I haven't changed the date, but I should be able to, right, through the LSAT to change the date to January and start my 3 months or 4 months plan.
Yes.
Would that be 3 months plan? 3 months plan or 4 months? Yeah.
I would probably suggest the 4 month plan for you, especially since you're not starting totally from scratch. That way you can dive right in and it better fits your timeline at the moment.
But then that means, because in January, they only have one test day, right? So then if it would be 4 months, then it will be February exam. Is that correct? Am I understanding that right? Or
well, let's count. We're in September right now. October, November, December, January. 4.
Oh, okay. But because we have only 2 weeks to end the September, so I don't count September. Oh, okay. I see.
I'm counting September because we're still in September. I'm counting as we're still there. And then let's say today is September 24th. The January LSAT will be in mid-January. So that's a little less than 4 months, but you're not starting your LSAT prep today. You've already been studying a little bit already. So that's why I adjust a little bit. Like you could start with week 2 or week 3 of the schedule rather than week 1. Plus, you've already noted reading comp as being a particular area. So maybe you'll spend less time on games, more time on reading comp.
Right. Okay.
You can adapt it as you need.
And then I know that you suggest not taking any pre-exam tests because you don't believe in, that scores matters. But in terms of what kind of numbers do I need to achieve? Looking at statistics for schools, they have all kind of means and medians and things like this. But realistically speaking, so that I know what I'm looking for, I'm trying to apply to UCLA Law School. So as you know, it's one of the top schools, right? Looking into, you can correct me, looking somewhere around high 60s, 70s. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, correct. So for a school like UCLA, top 14 law school, you want the high 160s, low 170s, regardless of your GPA. And the lower the GPA, the higher the LSAT you'll need.
Okay, I see. So that compensate for it. Yeah. In terms of GPA, because I also went to grad school, so I have a grad school high GPA, so I don't know if that's, because I already spoke with their admission director, and she didn't emphasize anything about my GPA. She just said that if I get a complete score, it doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to get in because of my background. So I guess somewhere fair enough a number, it would be reasonable, right? Like somewhere in 170s, where the median is, right?
Yeah, 170s gives you a great shot, regardless of your GPA, but GPA does make a difference. Now, grad school GPA actually, unfortunately, is not factored into law school admissions, only the undergrad GPA.
Yeah, my undergrads are B's and A's for the most part in science.
Okay, so what's your GPA overall for undergrad? Do you know?
4.5. Yeah.
4.5 for undergrad?
Yes. Yes.
How is it possible? 4.5. That's
3.5. 3.5.
Okay. 3.5. I thought the highest one can get is a
4.0. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Sure.
Yes, 3.5.
Okay, so 3.5 is still a perfectly fine GPA. There are some that are higher, some that are lower. And did you major in science for undergrad as well?
Yes.
Well, that makes it more impressive because there's not as much grade inflation in the sciences as in the humanities. So that's a very good thing.
More.
So I'm saying there's more grade inflation in the humanities than in the sciences. And so a 3.5 GPA in the sciences is even more impressive than if it were in the humanities. So that also looks good.
Oh, because the science you can also get like the law that particular that I'm interested in IP law. So you can think of how is they related to each other. And yeah, and that's actually where I put my personal statement. I was actually at your personal statement session. I thought it was very useful for people who are in humanities because you gave them really good advice, and I also learned so much about it. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear.
About
you can certainly review your personal statement as well at some point.
Yes, I can definitely send it out to you so you can read about it. But mine was more about work experience because I already had a experience in IP, so it helps. You know, that's why when I talk to the admission, they're like, "Oh, your background and experience is really good. I just need to see an LSAT score." That's basically what my key to getting to law school. Only an LSAT score and a good LSAT score. Yeah.
Well, fantastic.
So that's why I reached out to you for help. And yes, I'm very excited to I actually found out the planning really helpful, especially for a lot of people. Even if you work and you don't work, you need a plan. If you don't have a plan and you don't have action, nothing's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're going to get you on a good plan with the 4-month plan if you're starting now through the January LSAT. And just follow that as closely as you possibly can, but also understand that it's a general framework. You can adapt it as necessary. So maybe you'll want to spend more time on reading comp, less time on another section, and adjust as necessary. And we can always discuss that in the class as well. Yeah. And also to let you know, years ago, 5 or 6 years, because I graduated just 2 years ago. So 5 years ago when I took GRE, they also have a reading comp, right? That I had to learn for it. So I don't want to be overconfident, but I know that, you know, at some point I can adapt to your skills and refresh it at that level. Not being optimistic, but just, you know that I have some type of experience, a little bit at least, you know. Yeah, certainly. I mean, LSAT reading comp is a bit different. It's a bit harder, but what you've done in the past will certainly help a bit. A bit, at least knowing. Yeah, so yes, the scheduling was my question, and also like how my plan is realistic to you and it makes sense, and the score that I should be aiming for. And the last thing I want to ask you is, I know you have class that you have you have the 24 hours class, basically we go and ask questions, but you also have the Tuesday class, right? I have classes multiple nights a week. So there's the 24/7 student study room where students can join anytime. I also typically have classes on Monday and or Tuesday nights. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those classes. So I am not at a higher, at the point where I'm taking it right now. So I kind of feel like not ready to take that. I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong. I'm looking at it from a wrong side. But do you think my attendance in that class would be beneficial for me, or would it be like scaring me to death? Because not at all. You should definitely always attend. Always attend whenever you can and whenever you think it'll be useful for you given the topic. Even if you're earlier in the process, you can learn from those who are a little bit later in the process. I don't know, like I feel like if I'm not, I don't know those materials yet because I'm not there yet. But it will at least familiarize me, right? It won't hurt me. Yeah, it can only help. You can participate as you feel comfortable and learn along the way. And it's also okay to make mistakes too. If you make it now, you're less likely to make it later on the test day itself. And so I think it's great for you to put yourself out there a little bit as you feel comfortable, take some chances. If you get it wrong, no big deal. We'll clarify your understanding. And I also create a safe environment where it's okay to get things wrong. And I want you to get things wrong, because if you only ever get things right, it means you're not trying difficult enough problems yet. Yes, that's right. Thank you so much. So just a review on this. So I already purchased your Supreme course. So I'm going to be continuing for the next 4 months, right? And then with that, I will follow up your videos, take the test, and look at your videos, learn the content, and then do the exams and analyze the exams. Oh, and also participate in the groups. That's the general approach. Absolutely.
Yes, I just want to make sure I understand like the structure of your and thank you so much for the orientation courses. They were so helpful because so many questions they asked that I didn't think about or had it. So it just, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much again. I'm good for now.
Keep at it. And if you need anything at all, feel free, in the meantime, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help however I can and do what I can to point you in the right direction.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. It's very, very useful and important for, future and people who are not even have any idea that, oh, law is my thing. I need to go there, and you find out yourself going that path. Yeah, I truly appreciate it. But of course, your work and my work equally is important. As much as you put in, I have to put in more than that to get out a good score.
And I have no doubt that you will.
Yeah, thank you so much. And if you don't have anything else, suggestions or anything for me,
I think we pretty much covered everything at this point.
Everything, yeah.
Much more inside the course, more in the schedule, which I'll send you after we get off this call. But yeah, keep at it. If you need anything, reach out.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great one. I appreciate all your help.
Of course, take care. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.